welcome. So, we are going to be doing another pit bike today. As you can tell in the title, I'm going to be working on our most likely, hopefully, fingers crossed, but possibly not, last pit bike that we have in the garage right now. We do have another one back here in this area that it's there. I haven't not even remotely touched, but I don't think I'm gonna be completing that bike. I'm not 100% positive, but there's a very good possibility that that motor does not have compression. I'm not very, well, it's not that I'm not very inclined in engines, it's just a rebuild kit for something like that for me to do would put me in a bind. Like I said, I've never really had any of these bikes for my own personal gain. It's been more of a for my own personal experience versus for my own personal pocket. So due to that, there's going to be a very good chance I'm not going to be rebuilding the engine. So most likely I'll probably clean it down and do whatever it is that I have to do to it. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing any parts for it, but I will be cleaning it down, possibly even restoring the frame and restoring some of the parts that it already has on there, and then most likely just be posting it the way it sits and making sure on the description that I put that from my personal belief that the motor does no longer have very good compression. Like I said, I haven't really even gone into it. I don't know. It's a very small dirt bike, almost like a 50cc little pit bike. So I will be doing an intro on it, and I will be doing a video on it as well. However, I'm not too sure in regards to it going into a restoration, whether if it will or whether if it won't. It's just I already have a bunch of bikes already in my garage, and I've sold a couple. I sold a Fighter last night, and man, guys, that one hurt. I really like that bike. I was really hoping nobody took it, but they did take it last night. So no more Fighter. I already sold all the cat eye pocket bikes as well that I had. Those are all gone as well. I am only left with the pit bike restoration. So if you guys have been sticking along, we have a total of 1, 2, 3 dirt bikes with the intro to this one that we're doing right now. So we do have our red bike right here, and we do have our blue bike right here, which is my 110cc pit bikes, 4-speed, and we do have the last pit bike right there. So we're just literally trying to get this last one knocked out. We already have, again, all of the parts. The only thing that happened was I ran into a major issue with both the red and the blue bike. It ended up being that the blue bike had an electrical malfunction in the harness, and I actually have to strip the entire harness down to try to see where I'm losing connection, because I threw on a spare harness that I have on here, and right away it fired up the bike, and I was just struggling in order to get this other bike started. So I definitely have to rip that harness apart and find out why it's not working. So I had the exact same issue with the red bike, which I fixed. It ended up being the stator cable was not plugged all the way into the pigtail. So whenever I plugged both cables together, that cable sticked out and it did not make connection. So most likely it's gonna be the same thing with the other blue bike. I'm barely about to take apart that harness, and literally that's the only thing that bike needs in order to be 100% complete. So we are gonna be doing a restoration on our last 110cc 4-speed pit bike that I have. All I've been doing to this bike is pretty much pulling the coil off because I needed it in order to test the other coils from the other bikes and test the harnesses and test the frame and make sure the frame was grounded and all that good stuff. So I yet have not done anything to this bike. I have purchased some parts. I grabbed a brand new carburetor for this bike. What I definitely know, when I purchased it, it had a big issue with the throttle. It did not have a throttle. The throttle was broken. The hydraulic handle was broken. And it looks like whoever owned it must have fell on it, because the clutch lever is broken as well. So pretty sure I have all of the parts sitting around here somewhere. It's just this bike is gonna go to the balcony tonight, which means I'm gonna be working on it tomorrow while I'm watching the children, which you guys already know how that happens. Anyhow, I don't wanna just not do nothing, because guys, I'm really excited in working on this Manco Thunderbird right here. I am so stoked of working on this bike. I want to work on that bike so bad. I just want to get these bikes out of the way. So I literally have already all the parts for this one. I kind of have 50% of the parts for that one over there. We have to strip it down. We have to get down to the bare frame, respray that frame red, and then we're going to be respraying our wheels a different color. So stick around, guys. That Manco's going to be sick. Anyways, without making this even more complicated or delaying this video any longer, let's take a look at our new bike. Have it. Guys, I know I'm gonna get asked this exact same question by a bunch of people on OfferUp and by a bunch of people on here. No, it is not a Honda. It did come with this Honda C. I think it looks really sick. I actually do have a bunch of CRF Honda plastics. I don't know if that's gonna be something we're gonna be doing. I do have a bunch of CRF Honda plastics that I picked up the other day. I don't know if it's something that we should do, guys. What do you guys think? I do have these plastics right here. They are for a CRF 50. I picked them up from a seller on OfferUp, which, shout out to him. Thanks, bro. For the bikes, a lot of parts that I can use for my other bikes. That's actually where I ended up picking up that 50cc pocket bike, or 50cc pit bike. It is a small one. Like I said, I've not gotten into the opportunity to work on it or anything like that. I haven't even looked at it other than when I first initially picked it up. So those plastics did come in spare. I would have loved to put them on here, but I really like the white body panel on this bike already. And I don't know, I really like them. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen. I might test fit them and then kind of see the vibe that I get from the bike and then kind of go from there, but it's not a for sure yet. So definitely stay tuned for the restoration to this bike. We're gonna be stripping it down tomorrow in the morning and getting the frame prepped for paint on this bike. and it's gonna come out so good, guys. I'm so excited for it. So make sure you guys stick around and watch my other pit bike videos. They're so dope too. All right, guys, make sure you stick around.